And we're here.
What's up, Twitch fam? If you're listening in, welcome. It's Brooke Kane, and across from me is the beautiful
Julia Cole. What's
and
up?
then beside me, we got Spencer Kane, my husband. Me. And then zooming through all this techie Twitch wear, we got Jackson Blyton, also known as Bajheera.
Hey.
What's up, dude?
Thanks for having me. This is pretty neat. I like our setup. We just spent the past couple minutes getting it going. I think we're ready to rock.
Right.
Oh my gosh, yeah. I'm so excited to have you on. This is like the most techie thing we've ever done before, and I don't think we've ever had a gamer on, so this is new for all of us.
It's only the beginning.
Very inception of us. There's like 14 worlds going on.
Yes. But we're so excited. We're here live on the radio as well, YocoNashville 96.7 FM, and live on Twitch, and this is going to be a fun little section that we got going on.
Yeah, I'm really excited for all of the people who are already huge fans of you to get to hear a little bit of the behind the scenes that we're going to dive into in this interview, just about your lifestyle and some of the cool things that we've seen that you also do on top of, running the gaming scene.
Right.
Yeah. Because you're not just a gamer, you're also our bodybuilder, right?
That's right. That's the games and gains. That's how we do it. That's the
Hey.
brand.
Hey.
Oh yeah.
That was the most epic flex.
It
Wow.
was.
100%.
Like when I do it doesn't have to
It's
say
like,
no,
what's
it's
up.
I saw some definition in there. Okay.
I mean, let's,
Look at her.
Yeah.
I can lift a good old 20-pound weight.
Yeah.
When you start in
That's
sport,
called a lot of
you're 40
potential. Yeah.
There you
my
go.
gosh.
There you go. Well, we're so excited to have you on, and we just want to dig into your life and just figure out who you are, because you, like we said, you games and gains, and also
That's
you're
right.
a family man. Yeah.
Yeah, we got a beautiful wife and a wonderful little baby boy who is just a little bit over 2 years old now and has just rocked our world for the best. Like, he is amazing.
That's
He is such a smart, cute, sweet little guy. So he's just like a ton of fun to hang out with, and you just get to see him just progressively bloom as time goes on. It's wild. Being a dad is such a cool experience.
So is he going to be the next gamer, or is he going to be the next gains, or both?
So I will, as a father, try to do what my dad did for me and encourage me to go after things that I'm curious about. But if he wants to get down in the games and gains, that's super fine with me. And honestly, he's 2 years old, and I'll wake up and we'll be doing our morning thing. I'll be shaking up my pre-workout, and he's like, all right, time to go to the gym. He's starts pushing me out there and understands he knows, he's a big fan of routines. So he'll, say, all right, it's time to go to the gym basically. And then he'll want to be picked up so we can push the red button to open the garage door to get a little sunlight in there. It's his whole routine. And then we've got him his own little weights out there to do his thing. So we can't keep the kid out of the gym. And, in a similar vein, we can't keep him off of my keyboard either. So
Oh my gosh.
I think I think he's got the natural interest in whatever dad is doing, and so I think games
makes a lot of
down.
sense. Makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, I think that might very well be in his future to be gaming and gaining a little bit. We'll see.
So what
yeah.
you're telling us is that your 2-year-old is probably in better shape and more technologically advanced than any of us.
Any of us here.
He can pick up a 20-pound weight, which is
oh my gosh,
a little bit
amazing.
more than half his weight. So he's off to a good start in terms of his training.
There we go. Does he go into the gym and replicate your moves as you're doing them?
Yeah, not only does he replicate the moves, he replicates the sounds. So he'll go
No way.
he'll be
I'm gonna need you to go. I need to see this on Twitch.
Yeah.
That's
Video,
what I need to see.
please.
Well,
needs to be.
you're in luck. I do stream every morning around 6 to 7 a.m. PST for about 2 hours of my training every day. So, ching,
There you
a
go.
little shout out. But so he'll do little grunts, but he'll also do he'll say, "Come on now." like in a gruff voice, because when I'm getting ready for my heavy sets, I'm like, come on now, let's go, and he'll be doing that when he gets ready for his set. So he'll say, come on now, in his little 2-year-old baby gruff voice.
Incredible.
Kids are the best thing that's ever happened to people.
He is
It's adorable.
incredible. Yeah.
So
I
cute.
love it. So, sorry, go ahead.
At what age did you? Well, I guess we'll start from when you were little.
Yeah.
What were you interested in first, and how did you get into all the different, avenues of your careers that you're in now?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think that we have really, really old home videos of me doing push-ups with my dad. So I think it was one instilled in me by my dad, who wasn't okay kid, you have to do push-ups. It was my dad comes home from work and wants to get some exercise, but also hang out with the family. So we're just, playing in the living room and doing push-ups, and so naturally, little kid, I'm gonna do push-ups, and of course get on my dad's back while he does push-ups, and assist
So
him.
then, have you always been in shape? Have you always been into exercising, working out?
I've been like active and interested in training for about as long as I can remember, and
Wow.
even longer than I
Athletic?
can remember. But it's recorded history, so like we have like, oh, okay, I guess I was into it back then. So
What about
I-
like other sports?
yeah, I played sports, growing up in school and stuff, but like I think what was neat is like at the foundation of it all was like just an enjoyment of just work. So like
Yeah.
I played basketball, I played like I played like every sport growing up, and then in high school, I guess in 8th grade I did cross country to like get in shape for basketball, and because that was like the sort of the sport for that season, and I ended up like getting like 3rd in the championship, and I was like, I think everybody else is just bad. Like I don't know, I don't really train for this. But then I got to high school and I ran cross country again for the same purpose of getting in shape for basketball, which at the time was my main sport. And I was like the best on the team, and I was like placing pretty well in like big meets, and it was like, so there may actually be something to this. So
Right.
Dang.
and then I basically had distance running be my main sport throughout high school and into college. And then when I stopped running in college, I was like, well, I mean, I've just continued to lift weights this entire time. Maybe I'll just make my sport lifting weights, and the kind of lifting weights that I like to do is a volume-focused kind of bodybuilding style. So I just started competing in bodybuilding, and surprise, surprise, I enjoyed that too. So that's what I've been doing.
Where were you in school?
I went to school. So you guys are in Nashville. So I went to high school at East Literature for a year, and then I went to Hume Fogg for sophomore through senior year.
really?
Yeah,
Okay.
I love that.
Cool.
That was a great school. And then I went off to Center College in Kentucky for 2 years, and then I came back to Nashville to go to Vandy.
Oh my
my-
gosh.
Yeah.
I'm a
Vanderbilt.
Colorado too. I
Really?
went to Vanderbilt.
Nice.
Yeah. Thank
Yeah.
you.
So so we did that. That was the journey. And then
So are you still based in Nashville?
no, we're out in California now.
California. Okay.
Yeah,
So
it's
streaming
nice.
all the way from California. Isn't that so cool that we can do that now?
Yeah.
Yes,
We can just stream so far.
I love it.
It's amazing.
Your world probably didn't slow down at all in the last year.
Things we are so fortunate. Like we've been able to like stay on our grind basically and stay
Right.
stay safe, keep everybody healthy. We don't have to like put ourselves at risk just to like put food on the table, right? So like
Yeah.
I mean, I have what I do here in the gaming thing. This is like my main content, the way I spend most of my time. But we also have the gym out in my garage, so I can still exercise and stay mentally and physically, emotionally healthy by continuing to do that. So no, we're in a fantastic spot. So I'm just tremendously grateful to all my peeps who tune in every day and make that happen for us. So yeah, we've been
That's
good.
awesome.
Business has been booming. But I do recognize that it's a strange time for everybody, including us. But that's just the same thing as just operating out of gratitude, and being able to continue to put in that work is awesome.
I
Right.
love it. So where did gaming come in for you then?
Also naturally, like it's just growing up playing video games. I just was always drawn to that, and it was funny because my parents kind of held off on me having like. Here, let me actually permit this guy so you can link your stream there.
There we go.
Like my parents kind of held off from like getting me gaming systems because like we always had enough, but we didn't we weren't like crazy well off, so like they had to kind of make decisions about what we bought and whatnot. My parents did, but yeah, they kind of held off from getting me gaming systems. But I would go over to my friend's house and they'd have like a Super Nintendo or whatever, and I was just like, I don't know, that was always like so cool to me, gaming systems, and so it was like really a cool way of like like different stories to explore, different ways to kind of like spark your imagination. And so I just thought that video games were awesome, and so gaming and fitness have always been a natural combination for me, like growing up.
It's
like
so funny because I feel like that's not normally what you would think.
It
Like,
is-
You think gamers,
Yeah.
you think like lazier, but like you're like, nah, dude. I'm like on it and I'm gaming, and it's just like
Yeah.
you're there.
I think that is like one of those things over time as gaming becomes more mainstream, and as like interest in your health becomes more mainstream. Like I feel like it just reveals itself how many people are like, yeah, I want to go to the gym and then I want to come home and play video games. Like,
Right.
Yeah,
like that's their
how
preferred
fun
form of
it is.
entertainment,
For sure.
So
You're sitting there like playing with your right hand, like making amazing plays in every video game, and like lifting with your
curls,
left
yeah.
hand.
Oh my
just
gosh.
curls mid. No, I love it.
Every time he dies, it's 10 push-ups.
it is not uncommon for me to do. Yeah, it is not uncommon for me to do sets of push-ups like during my
There you
gaming
go.
session to stay
He
warm,
runs
stay
suicide
pumped.
as punishment.
Yeah. Do some jumps, come back all out of
I
breath.
gotta go take a lap.
Yeah.
I have a question for you. So gaming as a profession is very new concept to a lot of people, and
Yeah.
Including
it's,
me.
Yes, it's like
Guilty.
even in my
Yeah.
band of dudes that I'm like music band with, they don't fully understand how it's a profession quite
Yeah.
yet. Like, how has that conversation been for you? As you're like, dude, this is my living. I play video games. Like, it's my almost like a 9 to 5 for me.
Yeah.
Like, how does that conversation and stuff kind of go about with you?
Or are all your other friends also in the gaming world,
Yeah.
so they get it?
A lot of them are, but yeah, so I'm gonna answer this like 2 ways, I think. So one,
Okay.
like what we're actually doing, or what I actually do, is run my own business that is based in content creation, and
There you go.
a big medium that I create content out of is gaming, right?
There you
so
go.
so it's like you guys running your radio show, like it's about music, it's about whatever, and I basically through Twitch just kind of run my own radio show, right? So you can describe it as like people tune into whatever kind of content they're interested in. If they love, home renovation, they watch home renovation shows
Right,
on
right.
TV. If
Right.
they love sports, then they'll watch sports. If they love cooking, then they'll watch cooking content. For people who love
Yep.
video games, they want to participate in video gaming, but also consume that for entertainment, right? Consume that kind of
Right.
content. And what's neat about
Do you
streaming,
teach people like?
yeah.
Do you
So
teach people things that they should be doing in the game. So
Yeah.
it's like
it can be educational, but it's also just like,
Entertaining.
just hanging out and chatting, because that's
Yeah.
one of the things that's fun about streaming is it's actually like you can create video content. It's like, here is how to do this in the game, and here is my experience with this, and sort of share your personality. But with streaming, there's actually like a back and forth, right? Like you do something and chat's like, whoa, that was neat, or chat's like, whoa, have you
Yeah.
tried this? And you're like, I will. So you actually have like a role in the content. And what's neat about a community like mine is that like you recognize people's like personalities and attach that to their screen name. So and you hang out with these people every day, even if it's like over just chat. But then of course sometimes you actually will play video games with some people that you've met through streaming. So it becomes like a real like social community thing that transcends just playing a game and having somebody watch, right? And so
Right.
there's a lot more to it for me, at least, than like, it's fun to say that you play video games for a living, and there's a lot of different ways to play video games for a living. Like you can get paid to compete and things like that. But I think for
Right.
me, what I'm mostly doing is just creating content. I'm just like a personality that
Yeah.
through an immense amount of work and time and just absolute luck, I've found myself in a position to do things that I love to do, share it with people, and have that be sustainable in terms of buying food and paying bills and having a house and stuff. So like,
Yeah.
it
People
is
just
wild.
love watching you and what you do.
Yeah,
it's probably your personality too. That
yeah.
everyone's just
I think
drawn to.
there's definitely different styles. I think for me, it is mostly like a kind of a community and personality style. Now, I don't want to like put myself down too much. I am fairly competitive at the game that I play. I'm not like a
I am a savage. at this
yeah.
game, but-
I am the goat.
kind of nasty at World of Warcraft, okay? But no, so sometimes, so people watch me for like the competitive edge, and that's fun, and to like learn. I make guide content as well, but I feel like in terms of my own view of what I do, it's mostly just me being myself, doing things I
Yeah.
like to do, and hanging out with people who are interested, and that's kind of always been like the guiding principle. And if
Yeah.
I'm interested in playing competitively, then that's fun. If I'm interested in creating guide content, which I am, that's fun and it can be helpful. But like, I feel like essentially I'm just kind of doing my thing, and people are
That's
hanging out.
awesome.
So yeah,
This
it's
is-
crazy.
That's amazing. So this is YocoNashville. We're also a radio station, also live on Twitch for all of you Twitch people who are watching. We're a radio station here in Nashville, Tennessee. We play all the music, any music that you like, we play it.
Genreless radio.
We're genreless,
Genreless radio.
genreless radio.
Genreless radio.
And it's so cool to be able to talk to people all over the world who doing different things, and AKA gamers and
Yeah.
whatever you love to do.
Athletes, everyone. Yeah.
Right.
Athletes, everything. So I'm curious, since we have Bajheera with us, what do you listen to hype yourself up either before you game or while you're bodybuilding? What do you like to listen to? Is it two different things, styles? What do you listen to?
Okay. So what I've been doing recently is I just been going. So I'm old. I'm 31, and I that's not what makes me old. What makes me old is I still use Pandora. As
dang.
so I just go to Pandora and I just type in like kill switch engaged, and that's like my workout playlist, whatever it plays me. So I don't know, the way I describe my music taste, it's like rock, but I like it to have some emotion to it. You know what I mean? I want to like feel so any art that I'm interested in, I like art that is infused with passion. And so a lot of my music is that I think is fun. Although I don't know if you guys want to play something, I think I can zoom this to you. I want to. Let's see. Is there chat? No, I'm gonna drop it in your Twitch chat. Does that help or no? Do you have access to that if I do it that way?
Yeah, we have access.
What song is it?
It's one of the alerts from my stream, and it's one that when you guys talk about getting hype for like the gym.
Yeah.
This is one of the ones that I think is pretty darn fun. So let me give you just a feel
Pretty darn fun.
of like if there's one song that describes the hype of the stream. Let me see if that one's the one that we want. It is. Yeah. So give that a try.
Meantime, while we get that, I'm gonna go ahead and just let our listeners on the air go ahead and play some music. We're gonna play Breland, Throw It Back featuring Keith Urban, since it's a little mix of all the things.
Okay.
So this is Breland, Throw It Back on YocoNashville 96.7 FM WYCZ. Okay, perfect. So that's playing now.
Great.
We're still
We're
here
still live on Twitch.
live on Twitch.
I feel like we should probably respond to all these people commenting because you're getting a lot of support. We have
Thanks, guys.
we have some people saying I use Pandora too, so you're
There
not
you
alone.
go.
Nice. Okay.
I love it.
stuff.
Lauren commented, I know Spencer is so jealous right now.
Very much so.
Spencer wants to be a gamer.
I love the idea of gaming for a living. That's like so appealing to me.
Dream come true.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny. I mean, I don't know. I feel like I totally relate to the difficult conversation of you having to explain to people like, yes, I game for a living.
Right.
but
We should actually get back to that after the break so I can describe what it was like to tell my parents that this is what I was going to focus on.
yes.
Would love to,
Oh
love to
yeah.
hear that.
Oh yeah. So
Yeah.
we have 2 minutes and 15 seconds,
Okay.
and
So
we'll bring it back
let's
to
just
that.
let's just make a mental note of that one because I was
Yeah,
like,
okay. I'll bring
it up.
because that's a really fun part of the story.
Yes,
it.
I
I
love
love
it.
it.
And I think people will be able to also relate to it a lot in this music world because all three
Yeah.
of us are obviously musicians, but a lot of people that we have on here are guests that are artists, and they get to tell the behind the scenes hardcore stories of like how difficult it is,
Yeah.
and people don't
Yeah.
realize all the little things that go into making that content, like you're
Right.
saying.
That's-
I think it's funny because being a gamer and being an artist can be similar in that
You're an
context.
entertainer. That's literally
Absolutely.
Like you're like,
Well, and I
you're gonna
love-
make money through this? Like, yeah, mom, I can.
And I love watching people like react to something. Like, you can play video games for a living. It's like, well, how does that work? Why would you do that? It's like, well, you watch your favorite basketball player
That's
dominate
exactly
his
it.
sport because he's your favorite player. So you're watching
Yeah.
And you
your
love that
favorite video
sport.
game and somebody dominate or do that game
Yeah.
really fun
Yeah.
in a unique way. You're gonna watch that person. You're gonna subscribe to them
Right.
instead of paying tickets to go see somebody. You're gonna subscribe and try to get your comments seen. Like all the Twitch, all the Twitch
He's
interaction
getting
things.
fired
I'm
up
like,
in here. He's
Yeah.
punching the cameras.
Well, that's exactly it. And like sometimes like you don't necessarily watch like a home renovation show or like a cooking show because they're like the most insane cook ever, you know?
Right.
They make the
And it's also
tastiest
edited, it's never
burgers.
live.
It's like you like
Right.
their personality because they say funny stuff while they're cooking, or like,
Yeah.
Right.
or you
Yeah.
watch this home reno show because the interaction between these two people is funny, not because like
Yeah.
they can like make the coolest renovations. Because I have a whole
Right.
team doing that. For, it's like so a lot of it is like. How do you convey your personality through a medium that you're passionate about? And that's pretty
Yeah,
much what
absolutely.
Twitch is. So, like, we can talk about it more after break, but, like, if musicians are trying to make it and get their stuff out there, like, create content on Twitch. Like, do shows that people can tune
Yeah.
into live on Twitch and make your music something that's available. I know it might be a different sort of monetization structure, but, like, when you're just trying to get your stuff out there, like,
Yeah.
there's a guy who I listen to, like, constantly on my stream because he makes music that I enjoy. And he's made it so I can use music, of his for free. And
Oh,
Right.
wow.
so he gets exposure from my stream, and I have cool music that I like. Because the thing about DMCA, like we were talking about a little bit before, is a big deal. So finding music that is like copyright free for people to use on Twitch is a big deal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's really cool.
Okay, here we go. We're gonna fade out this next song, and then we're just gonna go on in. So I'll just go ahead and do that. And we're back. YocoNashville, 96.7 FM, WYCZ.
And we back.
It's Brooke Kane, and across from me,
Julia Cole.
and
Spencer Kane.
and then also we
Roll
have
call.
streaming in because we are also live on Twitch. If you want to watch, go to YocoNashville. But we have with us, we have Jackson Blyton, also known as Bajheera, and he has something in the background going on. He's got the games. What's behind you right now?
So this is a game called Path of Exile, which like my main game is World of Warcraft. Love World of Warcraft. That's like the thing that's the game that I've accomplished the most in, and the game that I've sort of made most of my content in, and a game that I have a character named after me in. So,
Oh.
but today
I'm
we're
sorry.
yeah.
What?
Yeah, there's a character named Captain Jackson Bajheera that you can summon to help you in battle.
Shut up.
Yeah.
You're big time, dude.
I don't know.
Wait,
Yeah, it's just,
Can somebody screenshot this screen so I can post that I know you?
yeah,
This is like Ninja
he's-
getting his own skin in Fortnite. This is crazy.
Yeah, that's still
Wow.
one of the coolest things ever. So World of Warcraft has been very good to us, and I love
Amazing.
that game. Today, though, we are chilling and playing some Path of Exile. I'm taking it easy. This week is like a vacation week for me. I'm just kicking back and like, what's a game that's been on my menu that I really want to play, but that's not like my main content? Let's just work on that a little bit and have some fun, have some relaxed, good streams, and
Love that.
recharge a little bit. So that's what we're playing today. And
So
my guy's
fun.
looking pretty strong, actually. We're ready to rock.
Oh,
Look at that.
Okay, cool. And you're actually gonna possibly play live for us. Play not like musically like
we
we normally
can.
have on the show, but you're gonna play this game.
Could.
Yeah,
For us
so
live.
Anyone who's listening on air on our FM station, make sure that y'all tune in on Twitch because in probably 10 minutes or so, he's going to be actually like competing and y'all can watch.
Y'all
I'm
can
so
watch.
excited.
Gonna go
to
beat
see
up
it.
some monsters.
A professional gamer game. Like,
Yeah,
how
this
cool
is-
is that?
This is a very relaxed game. I'm not gonna be like fighting other players or anything. We're just gonna go and just beat up on some monsters. It's gonna be fun.
For
What-
sure.
What was the audio that you just sent us that you wanted to tell us more about?
Oh,
once we got on
so and speaking of how to monetize on Twitch, like people can just view the stream absolutely for free, generates ad revenue. Fantastic. That's one of the ways that you can make this a job. People can also subscribe to your stream. They say, hey, I like what you're doing. Here's $5 a month. Keep doing you, and then you get like some cool perks in the channel. They can also directly send you a tip through something like PayPal or something like that. And Twitch also has made their own system called bits, where you can purchase bits for a little bit more than $1 through like Twitch, and then you can cheer in a chat room, and the streamer gets a $1 per bit. So
Wow.
Okay.
for me, I thought this was I thought it'd be fun to set up a system kind of like Dragon Ball Z. And now this might be like, what? But there's a show that I really liked growing up called Dragon Ball Z, and the characters do a lot of like, and like powering up and increasing their strength, and then they, once they power up enough, they can ascend to a whole nother level of strength called
Oh, wow.
Super
Let's go.
Saiyan. So what's fun about the bits is that whenever somebody cheers, that individual cheer, depending on the amount, gets like a certain animation that I've designed. And
Nice.
well, I say designed, that I used a GIF and put music to. It's not like
Right.
anything
Right, okay.
like crazy that I did. And then also they get a badge that denotes how much they've cheered over time, so they get a permanent recognition of how much they've powered up. So this particular music clip, I don't know if you're about to play it or not, is for a particularly generous 10,000 bit power up, which is $100, which is a pretty substantial amount of support for the channel. So
Right.
I thought we had to make a pretty exciting one for this.
That's
That's
amazing.
dope.
Alex, can you play it?
I don't think. Yeah,
The
I don't
link
think
is
we
not
can get
working.
it, but
All right.
I think that's
So
super dope.
can you guys hear? You guys can probably hear my audio, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we can.
Okay. So one thing I'll ask: does anybody feel like cheering a Super Saiyan God Ascension right now to show these guys
Yeah,
what this
yeah,
looks
yeah.
like? Because if somebody in the chat wants to cheer a Super Saiyan God Ascension, we can. I'll wait, but if not, I can trigger it on my own. Here's like a Super Saiyan 2, for example. So this is like an example of that. This guy's going Super Saiyan 2 for us.
Whoa.
That's amazing.
Yeah, so that's
God.
that's $10 straight to the stream right there, which is very, very kind. And then,
Wow.
so then we have somebody in the chat named Barik who's cheered a lot over the years. He's given us a lot of power. So if you guys feel, I'll turn the alerts on. If you guys feel like going nuts, we'll let him hear it. If not, then let me know. We can play that near the end. But yeah, so that's just
Okay,
one of those.
we'll hold out.
So what's fun about those power-ups is that I thought that 10,000 was going to be as much as we ever needed. That did not end up being in the case. We needed to add quite a. Okay, here we go. Barik, My man, popping off. Let's go, dude.
That would give
So
me
that's
so
like
amped
your
just
hype
to, like,
music right
Oh
there.
yeah,
Hyped up now. for
that's
that.
some big time. You feeling it? You feeling the power? So we've had a lot of fun with the bits on this channel, and I thought that would be the most powerful bit alert that we ever needed. That did not end up being the case. So we've had to add quite a few more over time to scale
What's the
up.
biggest one?
So
yeah.
the largest animation that we currently have is 200,000 power level at one time,
Jeez.
which is $2,000. And sorry, it's 250,000, so 2,500. And the insane thing is, we've seen that more than once. So now we have subs who are popping up. So this is another alert. I had the alerts turned off throughout the course of the stream. I wanted to show you that.
Is that literally
That's
you
fun.
and like your kid and your
Yeah,
wife?
that's me, my wife, and our
Oh,
5
so
cats.
adorable.
Yeah,
That,
and our kitty, and our kid and our kitties. Yep.
that is so
So
funny.
let me turn those
Speaking
alerts
of
off.
family.
Yeah, speaking of
I
fam.
know you started to tell us when we were on the radio
Right.
break a little bit about how hilarious it was when you were first trying to tell your parents what you were going to do for a living. And the three
Yeah.
of us, we're all musicians, so we can relate to having those first conversations with our
Right.
families of like,
Ma, I want to be an artist.
yeah, literally like, you're going to do what for a living? Like, oh, I'm going to play this guitar and
Right.
like sing in random bars all over the
Yeah.
world. Like,
Yeah.
Right.
so what was your story? How did your parents take it, and what was the craziest part of it to them?
So this was at a time where, we touched on when I went to college, right? So I was at Center College, and then there was a lot going on with my family at the time, and so I wanted to come home to be closer to family to be helpful. And so I came and I transferred to Vandy, which was a good school, a cool environment, but during that time, as like how old are you when you're a junior in college? Like 20?
Oh gosh.
There's all kinds
Yeah,
of brain.
20.
There's
Yeah.
all kinds of brain expansion taking place. Your whole like understanding of the world starts to shift. The flavor of your experience starts to shift, and I started to feel like I was putting a whole lot of effort into something that I really had no idea where it was going, and I had this kind of really tough feeling that I wasn't doing what I was supposed to do. And all of that sort of came at a time and it interacted in a way that made me like pretty overwhelmed at the time. And I was like, this is crazy, but I actually think I need to take a step back. So I took a break from school in order to kind of get myself back to feeling like myself. Like whether it was dealing with like depression or anxiety at the time. I think it was probably mostly anxiety rather than like depression, but it was just, I felt like I was a young human being who was going through a lot, and it was like there's a lot of factors that are making me feel like I need to do something else, because I had always sort of been a really good student, always been an athlete, and during that time it was like there was like the passion for studying was like gone. My ability to stay like on the kind of training regimen that I prefer that helps me kind of stay balanced was being disrupted, and it was like I just need to take a break. So this was also during a time where one of my outlets for creativity during this was like making YouTube videos. So
Okay, yeah.
I had started a YouTube channel that year earlier, and I had been putting effort into it and sort of cataloging my journey through World of Warcraft, which is the game I was like, all right, I'm finally going to give this a try. This looks like fun. We're going to go for it, and I'm going to share my journey on my YouTube channel. And I remember calling my mom and telling her about this, and it was like a shining, shimmering moment. It was like in Interstellar, where the dad is reaching through time to like communicate with the daughter, like this is the secret formula. And it was like my future self was telling me to do this.
Yeah.
And and I'm like, this is a shining, shimmering thought that I really need to attend to. So I'm gonna do this, Mom. And she was like, yeah, okay, whatever. You're making me make a YouTube channel and play this video game, fine. But later down the line, when it was like, okay, my son, who has been a really good student and athlete, is now not going to college anymore, and he's spending a lot of time on his computer being like, depressed and anxious. What's going on here? Like, this is not good. And it was, and so what I had to do at that time was tell my parents that what I was doing was actually working on something. I'm not just wasting my time. I'm actually building something that I believe in, because my early content like, it was infused with creativity, it was infused with passion, and it was catching on, which was really cool. And that was really exciting to me, because I went from putting a lot of effort into something that I didn't know what it was going to do, and I didn't know, it didn't feel like it was building towards anything, and it wasn't really very creative. I go from that into putting effort into something that's creative and fun and building, and I could see a future for it. And so,
what did the growth look like? Because I know for a lot of musicians, it might be 5-6 years of looks like nothing's happening, and then in the span of 1 year, you can go up 50 million streams. Like,
I could have to check my YouTube analytics to see exactly what it was, but I started growing pretty fast. Because I would make
was 10 years ago.
Yeah, I got lucky.
Before it was big.
Yeah, I got lucky. I sort of saw that, like, I liked watching gaming videos on YouTube. This is my preferred form of entertainment. I think I would like to do this. I think I would like to be part of this wave. And so that was one of those things that all factored into the right time. But then with my parents being concerned that I was putting time into that sort of thing, and I was like, I'm building something, I promise. Later on down the line, talked about how we moved from California, or from Nashville to California, is that my dad got a new job in California. And so I was not in school, and I was like, I don't think that I want to, like, I'm 20-something. I don't think I want to continue to live with my parents, even though I love my parents. We have a great relationship. I think it's time for me to kind of do my own thing. And I don't want to do my own thing in LA, where it's 4 times as expensive, and I have no idea where anything is or what I'm doing there. I think what I'm going to do is stay in Nashville and do my thing. And so they were like, okay, that's crazy, but just don't quit your job, and it'll probably be fine. I was a lifeguard at the time. I was like, that's like a summer job that I enjoyed. You can be outside. Your job actually kind of matters. You have to pay attention and help,
you might save a life or something.
Might save a life, and you don't have to wear a shirt, and I worked at the Y so I could work out first. So it was like, this is great. This is great. But when given the choice of being a lifeguard or pursuing my dream job of content creation, I was like, yeah, okay, I definitely won't quit that job as soon as you leave. Promise, wink. So as soon as I left, I put in my 2 weeks, and I went all in on the content creation, and so, and it's turned out beautifully. But that was
looked back since.
No, this is like my first career is this. How great! Like that's
really
unreasonably cool. Lucky. But it was funny because my parents.
Not lucky.
That's not luck.
You applied a skill set you knew you had.
There's a lot of people who work real hard. You know what I mean? Like they put in a lot of time, a lot of effort, and it's just like there's just that inescapable component of you got to get a little lucky. But that was the thing about my parents is they're always so supportive, and they still are. But it was like, it's easy to support your kid when they're like on the sort of accepted status quo path. You're getting good grades. You're you're making friends and taking care of your social relationships. You're playing sports and doing well, like good stuff. But it was like, you still need to sort of have that belief in your kid and support them when they're doing something that's completely out of your like radar of understanding. Then that's pretty much what they were. They're like, okay. But it was funny because my grandparents believed in me. My businessman grandpa was like, he's gonna be fine. My grandpa, who's like the military and he's had his experience as a literal rocket scientist, was like, he's gonna be okay. So my parents were like, what? We don't know what's going on. Like, what is this? But
there's a way to tell with people's personalities if they're gonna treat something like a legitimate business that they plan to, monetize and live off of, compared to somebody who just is treating it like a hobby. And like for example, in the music world, like if you see someone who's grinding, writing songs every single day, they're taking a bunch of meetings, they're playing shows every writer's round they can get, even when they're brand new and no one knows them in town. You automatically know that person in 5 years is going to be way further along than the person who's like got a great voice and can play guitar like you wouldn't believe, but spends every night at the bar and just loves to drink or party or whatever. It's like there's just a mentality. You can kind of tell when someone's going to work hard at their creation.
Right, because talent is a huge deal. I don't really think that I'm like an especially talented person. Like I think I'm just like the grind is like where I feel comfortable. And that's one of the neat that's one of the neat things is and I have like a friend who's like a realtor that we know, and he's also a school teacher, and he invites me to his class like every year to talk to them about what it is that I do, because they're all really excited, like, oh my god, you play video games? Do you play Fortnite? Do you know Ninja? It's like, I don't play much Fortnite, I do know Ninja. Like, wow, you play Minecraft? So they get all excited, but like what I talk about when I'm there is like all these things that I was doing when I was like their age, like 7th or 8th grade, like
Yeah.
doing your homework, you know, taking time to, you know, do sports where you have to have some discipline and you have to use time management. All these
Right.
things are important in the moment to sort of continue your progression, but what you're actually doing is practicing getting stuff done and learning how to like use your time for when you have those moments where you actually have an opportunity to do something that you're passionate about. And if you already have the understanding and the skill set equipped to then grind at something that's important
Yeah.
to you,
Yeah.
that's going to be way more useful to you to already have practiced this throughout your entire schooling and high school and college and know how to get to work on something. Even if you're
Yeah.
not like, I don't like, man, I just love writing papers. It's like, probably not. But if you know how to use your time and know how to like get after something while maintaining a balance, like that's kind of what the skills that you're going to need to finally be like, this is the
Right.
thing that I want to do, and know how to go after it instead of having to then be like, this is something I want to do, but I have no idea how to manage my time or effort. Like,
Yeah,
Right.
I was gonna say like I feel like this is not only the case, but there are a lot of people in the creative space that just can be stuck on their own creativity and they just don't apply it. They don't have the work ethic and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of the athletes that are turned creatives that pull on that athletic.
Yeah.
Like,
Totally.
I'm on the grind. I got to practice 2 hours every single day because that's what I know to do to get to the next level.
Exactly, yeah.
And so instead of that, I'm replacing that time with like, okay, well, if I'm not lifting literal weights or shooting the hoops or whatever, I'm gonna do this
Yeah.
way and keep grinding that way. I'm too big for this setup. I'm sorry. But yeah, no, like I love that you are taking that application and that way that you just put it is really great way to explain it to some little kids. So it's not just like, yeah, I play video games, I put it online and I make money. Like it's not,
Yeah.
it's not that. There's
It's
a grind, there's a
determination.
hustle, there's a,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you know, that kind of thing.
because it's running a business. It's just like the
Right.
the
Right.
front facing
Yeah.
experience of my business is usually content, right? You see the
Right.
you see the videos and you see the streams and stuff, but there is a lot that goes into the back end of like time management. And like what's been crazy and actually like I say that Archer, our little baby boy, has made us better in so many ways, just as like human beings. But dang, if that kid has not made our schedule better, like, because it is like we are like tight on time. We do not get to just like, me and my wife don't just get to like dink around and like stay up watching Netflix and stuff. Because it's
Yeah.
like no, because if I am gonna have time at the gym and I'm gonna have time to work, my wife needs time to do her stuff too. So it's important for me to
Right.
be like, boom, on my schedule, doing what I'm supposed to do when I'm supposed to do it, so that I can, you know, enable her to do things that she wants to do, but also so I can spend time with my little baby boy, right? So like
Right.
like right now during the weekdays, like I can spend like 4 or 5 hours with him, and that's like precious to me. So,
Yeah.
but at the same time, it's very important that I get my training in for the day. It's very
Right,
important that I
right.
get all the business back end that I have to do and be live on my this Twitch stream for like
Yeah.
8 hours a day. You know, that's
Right.
important to me.
Wow.
And so
8 hours of live streaming a day?
that's my objective. Sometimes it's a little less.
Wow,
So,
that's
sometimes
a
sometimes it's a little
lot.
Like
more.
a 9 to 5 job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's my 1 to
moly.
10, you know, putting in time at the
you
office,
go.
1 to 9, you know, whatever it is.
That's crazy.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
Well, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna let you do what you do.
Okay. Well,
And
let's
in
show
the
you guys a little bit of this.
meantime, I'm gonna go ahead and since you know the listeners of YocoNashville, this is by the way YocoNashville, 96.7 FM. We are a radio station in Nashville, Tennessee. And if you're tuning in to Twitch, thank you so much. We love you. Make sure you tune in and join both of the streams. Make sure you join Bajheera's stream and our stream. And then also, we're gonna play some music on the radio because the radio can't really hear him play.
Yeah, they can't
Right.
watch.
They can't,
Right.
they can't watch it. So this is Post Malone Motley Crue for you radio station.
I guess everybody
Are
has
you
to
ready
start
listen?
tuning in to YocoNashville and twitch.tv/Bajheera, of course, huh? Guess they got
There
Yeah.
it is.
Oh my gosh. And now
Love.
the rest of us on Twitch just get to watch you just be a, savage mode.
Be a
Well,
star.
let me reiterate. This is like super chill gameplay. This is like the good stuff. So what I'm doing in this game is I've spent time building up this character with a variety of skills and abilities, and I'm just gonna run around and just like annihilate these little creatures and take their
There
loot.
you go.
So yeah, this is the good stuff
What's the
right
main
here.
objective? Like,
So-
what's your goal in the game?
So what's so funny about what we've been talking about this whole time? Let me know if the audio for the game is too loud, by the way. What we've been talking about this whole time is the grind,
Yeah,
right?
that's
Sweat.
So like, I like to put in a lot of effort over a long period of time to get a little bit better. And games like this are pretty much exactly that. You have a character, and you kill like 1 million mobs. You kill 1 million of these little monsters to get better items that make your character stronger, and it also gives you experience points. There's this little bar at the bottom. So then you can select talent points, like certain talent points. Like, okay, if you grab this talent point, this is a pretty big, overwhelming talent tree, but it makes you do like 10% more damage or 10% faster attack speed. So the more stuff you kill, the stronger you get, basically. And I like games like that. This is one of them. And then World of Warcraft is the main game that I play, which that game follows a lot of the similar principles. This is my cat, by the way, Samson. Come to say hi. He's one of 5, but he's our OG. He's like, we got him and his sister at the same time, and he is maximum troll cat. Like, he at all times wants to lie down on my keyboard, and the more important what I'm doing is, the better. In terms of like his willingness and his like his persistence on like sitting on my keyboard.
Yes.
Yeah, we're talking about you, Sam. Yeah, we are.
Oh my gosh.
I love this little environment that you're in right now. Like, this is really...
It's a beach, yeah. Nice. It's a nice, relaxing place to go, like, annihilate zombies by the dozen, you know?
There you go.
Right.
Yeah, I can think of worse things.
Yeah, so my favorite games to play are games like that, where you have a character that's persistent, and you can make him stronger over time by doing whatever it is that you want. So World of Warcraft is a game like that, but what's neat about World of Warcraft is there's like a lot of PvP stuff is my favorite thing, and PvP stands for player versus player. So this right now, I'm just killing enemies. I'm just killing monsters, and they're just like, computer monsters that you just kill and take their loot and get stronger that way. But in World of Warcraft, my favorite thing to do is PvP, where I fight other players who have done all of their stuff to get as strong as they possibly can, and build their strength as an in-game character, and also build their skills as a player, and then battle it out, and let the best player win, and that adds like an extra level of excitement.
It makes
and
it
fun.
personal.
Right.
Yeah,
it does.
that's a real competition.
Now, as you're playing these, like you say you go against the player versus player.
Yeah.
Say you lose, or someone kills you eventually. Like, do you lose everything, or are you back to square one, or you?
No. So there are games like that. So if you wanted to play a game like that, if you're like, man, I just want to get into that kind of game, so that would be called like a game with like hardcore PvP. So World of Warcraft, like your character, like if you the main thing I do is I like do like arena. So if you lose an arena match, what'll happen is you'll lose rating. So your rating goes down, which is not a huge deal, but generally, like, one of the competitive goals of arena is to get as high rated as possible.
Right.
And then at the end of like the competitive season, like like a football season, right, or something like that, the highest rated teams will earn like unique rewards. And so I've been able to earn rank 1, which puts me in the top 0.1% of all players.
Like in the world?
Well, in NA at least, so my region.
Okay.
So almost. So everybody who plays in North America, like millions of players, you're like the top 0.1%, and so you get like a permanent title. So my character has the titles like Fearless Gladiator Bajheera, and like.
Oh my gosh.
And
and the question. So then.
Well, and your own character, literally.
Right.
Literally own
Like
character.
That wasn't really like an in-game achievement. They did that for me just as like an showing love as like you are a prominent content creator in our community. You have had a positive impact on this game. We're gonna show you some love by putting you in the game as like a character that other players can interact with, which is just insane.
Do you play yourself?
No, you go ahead.
I can battle alongside myself. I've never slain myself. Well, no, actually, I think I have. I think I've had to take myself out before, but
Oh my god.
nothing personal, kid. Like.
Is your title and rank, like, would people be able to just come across your character and know it's you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because they'll see my rank 1 title, and they'll see my name. Although my name Bajheera is taken on like every server, so.
Really? Where does Bajheera come from?
Well, there was nobody named Bajheera at first, but now there's like a million people named Bajheera. So it's a combination of my name Jackson and my kitty cat at the times named Bagheera. So I was thinking about naming my WoW character Bajheera, but I didn't. But whenever your character like dies in game, it puts this little yellow text up that says Bajheera has died, and I was like, I really don't want to see that.
That's very sad.
Yeah. So
that's so funny, because while I was reading your name, like whenever we were talking about like doing the show, I was like, it's Bajheera, I think.
Yeah.
But it should be Bagheera. Like, Bagheera's where it comes from, I think.
Your pronunciation of it is perfect too. So you had the right idea. Like, so what I did is I put the J of Jackson in for the G in Bagheera, and it was like Bajheera, and I was like,
The savior cat.
dang. I was like, dang, that sounds cool. That's a cool name. So it stuck with me and has served me well for a long time. It's become a legendary warrior name that I thought it could. So
It's your,
Amazing.
your
Awesome.
stage name.
Hey,
Yeah.
I would hear that, you know, going into battle. For Bajheera! It's just like everybody wants amazing.
That's funny.
yeah.
For sure. Well, thank you so much for playing live and
course.
for tuning in with us. And thank you everyone who's tuned in. This is YocoNashville 96.7 FM and Brooke Kane
And Julia Cole.
Spencer Kane.
with our special guest today, Bajheera. And I guess we're kind of special guests on his
Yeah.
today as well.
I feel like I've learned
Thanks
so
for joining my
much.
show.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like ready to
You're
be
a
a
great
gamer now.
teacher.
Yeah.
You're a great teacher.
This is
I've been
so
doing this for a
fun.
while. I've been doing this for like 10 years. Hopefully I got the hang of it by now.
There you go. There you go.
I
Well,
love
thank you
it.
so much. Hopefully we'll have you on again sometime.
That'd be so fun. Thank you guys.
Yeah. Make
Yeah.
sure everyone follows everyone and supports and does all the crazy fun stuff. Thank you so much. We'll talk to you next time, I guess.
All right. Bye-bye.
Thanks.
See
Bye.
ya.
See ya. Amazing. Amazing.
Cool. That was so fun.
Oh my gosh, this is so fun. I literally, so you probably can't see it, but like when you started like really competing on the big screen,
Yeah.
all these people were standing out our door watching through the window. So I'm like, what's going on in there?
See, and that's
just
the thing is, it's
watching.
like, you know, streaming has power. People are like,
Yeah.
what's going on?
What's going on? Yeah.
Yeah. But it's probably better that I was playing this game than World of Warcraft, because I would like, it takes like, you have to get like all set
lot
up to
more
like do
attention.
arena and stuff, and I'd be like
Yeah.
communicating with my team. So the vibe of this game is a
There you
little bit
go.
more relaxed and good. So you guys got the idea
Love
for
that.
sure.
Love
Yeah.
it.
So fun.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, dude.
I'm serious.
This
Like, if
is
you guys
amazing.
want to do this again sometime, that'd be awesome. It's really
yeah,
cool.
let's
To,
heckin'
For
do
sure
it.
will.
This is
It-
the
for
first
sure will.
time, so next time we'll do it even crazier.
yeah, it's
Yes.
really cool to connect back to Nashville a little bit, because you know,
Love
it was a
it.
great place to grow up. So hopefully it's still
Well, if you're
doing
back
well.
in town, let us know and we can get you on air in person as
We
well.
should do
Oh,
a
that'd be
photo
so
real
fun.
quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Also-
should do a little photo.
Yeah, let's do a screenshot photo and then.
Let me
I'm
hit
gonna
you guys with the flex while we're at it.
There you go.
There you go.
Let me know. Let me know when.
Go.
All right.
You get
everybody
ready?
hop in there. Oh wait, hold on. Let me tap on him so it's.
There we go.
Okay, there we go. There it is.
Excellent. So cool.
Okay.
Thank you so much. We'll definitely do this again for sure.
All right. Sounds great. Thanks, guys.
Nice
Okay,
to
See
meet
ya.
you.
Bye.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you guys. Bye bye. Cool. That was fun, huh? Cool stuff. They were so nice. That was great.